Thank you for watching Safe Haven Radio. Today, we're going to explore something that many of you have shared with me, the feeling that you just can't seem to live a normal life like everyone else around you. Maybe you wake up each morning wondering why simple daily tasks feel like climbing mountains, or why the routines that others manage effortlessly leave you exhausted and overwhelmed. I want you to know that you're not alone in feeling this way, and more importantly, there's nothing wrong with you for experiencing life differently. Let's explore this together today, at whatever pace feels comfortable for you. What we'll discuss isn't about fixing you or making you normal. It's about understanding why you experience life the way you do and finding strategies that work with your unique brain and body, not against them. Recent scientific discoveries have completely changed how we understand these experiences, and I'm excited to share these insights with you. Please remember that while this information may be helpful, it's not a replacement for professional support if you're struggling significantly. Let's begin this journey of understanding together. The research on this topic has been truly eye-opening. A major research institution recently conducted a comprehensive study that found something remarkable: up to 80% of disabilities are actually invisible. That's 10 million working-aged adults who struggle daily with challenges that others cannot see. This includes conditions like chronic fatigue syndrome, fibromyalgia, ADHD, autism spectrum traits, depression, anxiety, and many others. What's fascinating is that a groundbreaking 2024 study has shown that many of these conditions, particularly neurodivergent traits like ADHD and autism, aren't defects or disorders in the traditional sense. They're actually natural variations in human neurodevelopment that have persisted through evolution because they offer unique advantages. Research teams have discovered that people with ADHD demonstrate above-average abilities in creative thinking and visual spatial reasoning. They often excel in crisis situations where quick thinking and adaptability are crucial. Similarly, autistic individuals frequently show exceptional skills in pattern recognition, memory, and innovative thinking. Many breakthrough innovations in technology and science have come from minds that process information differently. A comprehensive analysis of multiple studies found that these individuals often outperform neurotypical people in specific cognitive tasks, particularly those requiring attention to detail or systematic thinking. But here's where it gets even more interesting. Recent investigations into executive dysfunction, the difficulty with planning, organizing, and completing daily tasks, reveal that this isn't limited to ADHD or autism. A major university's research found that executive dysfunction affects people with depression, anxiety, chronic fatigue conditions, and many other invisible challenges. The research showed that participants experienced significant difficulties across multiple life domains simultaneously, affecting work performance, social relationships, and self-care activities. However, and this is crucial, when appropriate support strategies were implemented, daily functioning improved by 45 to 60%. For those dealing with chronic fatigue syndrome or fibromyalgia, the research paints a sobering but hopeful picture. Studies show that up to 75% of people with ME/CFS are unable to work full-time, and quality of life scores are often lower than for conditions like multiple sclerosis or certain cancers. Yet emerging evidence from cognitive science demonstrates that with proper accommodations and energy management strategies, functioning can improve significantly. One study documented a 38% improvement in daily task completion when specific pacing protocols were followed consistently. Now let's talk about practical strategies that research has proven effective. The first approach I want to share is called the energy budget system, which has been validated by multiple chronic illness studies. Think of your energy like a bank account. You have a limited amount to spend each day, and overdrawing leads to crashes that can last days or even weeks. Each morning, take a moment to assess your energy level on a scale of 1 to 10. Then, and this is important, plan to use only 70% of that available energy for essential tasks. This might feel counterintuitive. Surely using all your energy would help you accomplish more? But research consistently shows that this buffer prevents the boom-bust cycle that leads to prolonged crashes and setbacks. Track your energy patterns for at least 2 weeks. You can use a simple notebook or a phone app, whatever feels easiest for you. Note when you feel most alert and when fatigue hits hardest. Most people find they have 2 to 3 hours of peak energy, typically occurring 2 to 3 hours after waking. Schedule your most challenging or important tasks during these windows. Save routine, less demanding tasks for lower energy periods. This isn't giving up or being lazy, it's working intelligently with your body's rhythms rather than against them. The second strategy is task chunking, which has shown remarkable effectiveness in executive dysfunction studies. The key is breaking every task down into micro steps of just 5 to 15 minutes. Instead of writing, "clean the house," on your to-do list, write specific, tiny actions. Put dishes in dishwasher, sort mail for 10 minutes, or wipe down one counter. Research demonstrates this approach reduces overwhelm by 67% and dramatically increases task completion rates. Why does this work so well? Because it bypasses the executive function challenges that make starting tasks feel impossible. Your brain doesn't get overwhelmed by the scope of clean the entire house, but it can handle pick up items from coffee table. Use visual timers and external reminders rather than relying on internal motivation or memory. Studies show that external cues are far more effective for people with executive dysfunction than willpower alone. Set phone alarms for important tasks, use sticky notes in visible places, or ask someone to send you reminder texts. There's no shame in needing these supports, you're simply using tools that work with your brain's wiring. Environmental scaffolding is another powerful approach validated by research. This means modifying your physical space to support your functioning. Studies found that reducing visual clutter improved focus by 23% in neurodivergent individuals. Start by designating specific homes for important items. Keys always go on the hook by the door, phone charger stays plugged in at your bedside, medications sit in a visible spot where you'll see them at the right time. Use clear containers for storage so you can see what's inside without having to open everything. This reduces the cognitive load of remembering where things are. Create what researchers call launch pads, areas near your door where you place everything needed for the next day. This eliminates morning decision fatigue, which research shows depletes cognitive resources rapidly. The night before, or when you have energy, put your bag, keys, any paperwork, and even your outfit choice in this designated spot. This simple strategy can transform chaotic mornings into manageable routines. For days when linear thinking feels impossible, try parallel processing strategies. Research on neurodivergent productivity found that having 2 to 3 different types of tasks available allows you to maintain momentum by switching when you get stuck. Keep a brain dump list nearby for intrusive thoughts that interrupt your focus. Studies show that writing them down reduces their recurrence by 35%. This could be a notepad, a notes app on your phone, or even a voice recorder. The key is getting the thoughts out of your head so your brain stops cycling through them. Consider body doubling, either virtually or in person. This means working alongside someone else, even if you're doing completely different tasks. Research confirms this improves task initiation and completion by up to 45%. You could join online co-working sessions, work in a coffee shop, or simply have a friend come over while you both do your own tasks. The presence of another person provides gentle accountability and structure without pressure. To summarize what we've discussed today, first, energy budgeting with a 70% rule prevents crashes and maintains sustainable functioning over time. Second, breaking tasks into 5 to 15-minute chunks effectively bypasses executive dysfunction barriers. Third, environmental modifications can reduce cognitive load by up to 40%. Fourth, external cues and reminders work significantly better than relying on willpower for task completion. Fifth, accepting and working with your brain's differences unlocks unique strengths you might not have recognized. And sixth, support systems and accommodations are fundamental rights, not luxuries or signs of weakness. Remember, there's no single, normal, way to live life. What matters is finding approaches that allow you to function in ways that feel sustainable and fulfilling for you. The research is clear: working with your differences rather than against them leads to better outcomes and quality of life. You don't need to implement all these strategies at once. Start with just one that resonates with you, perhaps the energy budgeting or task chunking. Give yourself time to see what works. Some strategies might need adjusting to fit your specific situation, and that's perfectly okay. This is about finding what helps you, not following a rigid prescription. Most importantly, please be gentle with yourself. You're navigating life with additional challenges that many people don't see or understand. That takes tremendous strength, even when you don't feel strong. Professional support from therapists, occupational therapists, or medical providers who understand these challenges can make a significant difference. There's no shame in needing help. It's actually a sign of wisdom to recognize when support would be beneficial. Your struggle to live, normally, isn't a character flaw or personal failure. It's a sign that standard approaches don't match your neurological or physical reality. The science shows us clearly that diversity in how brains and bodies function is natural and valuable. Your different way of experiencing and moving through the world brings unique perspectives and abilities that enrich our collective human experience. If today's content provided any support or validation for your experiences, please hit the like button. It helps others who are struggling find this information. Subscribe to Safe Haven Radio to continue learning about mental health and well-being together. Remember, you're not alone in feeling different, and there's nothing wrong with needing to do life your own way. May your hearts feel a little lighter knowing that your experiences are valid and that there are strategies that can help. Thank you for listening to Safe Haven Radio, and please take care of yourselves in whatever ways feel right for you.